Hey, welcome in. Well, could we be seeing a get woke, go broke in the sporting world? Well, we've got a headline right here. NBA ratings continue to be inexplicably low. Now, this is from about a week ago. But when they say here that the ratings are inexplicably low, I don't think it's inexplicable at all. Now, remember what Michael Jordan said? Republicans buy sneakers too? Well, when you've got, the most famous guy in the sport, LeBron James, who is regularly spouting off against the president, against Trump, I have to think that's going to narrow down your support just a little bit, don't you think? Especially now. So, the NBA has gone completely woke and completely political. I think the whole China thing didn't help. How they're all extremely political when it comes to the United States, but not so much when it comes to China and certain human rights violations that might be going on. Particularly with Hong Kong. So I think the whole thing might be coming off as maybe a little bit false or hypocritical, something like that. But yeah, anyway, it's not inexplicable. People are getting sick of it. Anyway, the article says, NBA ratings continue to be inexplicably low this month, with all of the Twitter chatter surrounding the league's return not translating into actual increase in viewers. No, in fact, it's a decrease. It says, when the NBA resumed its season at the end of July, many observers assumed it would be a ratings boon for all involved. Networks were starved for sports programming as a result of the COOF, and basketball's glut of big-name stars should have converted into a ton of viewership. Only it didn't. It says in the first week of action, the NBA ratings immediately sputtered, and the numbers dipped to 14% below pre-COOF averages. And that really is remarkable, considering that there's a lot more people potentially to watch the games than there were before all of this stuff, the current situation. And look at this here. Last week, the games that took place from Thursday to Sunday drew smaller ratings than the same period the prior week. And maybe that's just because the NBA seems to be getting more and more woke by the week. But will it continue? Hey, if you could subscribe, like, and share, that really helps me out. Thanks a lot. Anyway, let's see. It's got a couple of games here, one between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Spurs that had 1.158 million viewers, and that was down from the 1.663 million that the Celtics got in their win over the Trailblazers. For comparison's sake, the PGA Championship, which aired that same Sunday, drew 5.153 million viewers. So, that's a pretty big deal. It says the NBA games themselves are not the only ones losing viewers, though. Well, here we have ESPN, and they've been hemorrhaging viewers for a long time because they've been on their woke crusade for a while. And, part of it's cutting the cord, but it's also, make no mistake, they went very political on one side. They went very partisan. And again, Republicans buy sneakers too, right? Here we have Pardon the Interruption, the network's best performing daily show, did 337,000 viewers last week. 1 year earlier, with no NBA games to discuss, it averaged 569,000. Huge drop. So anyway, what are the reasons for this? Well, we know what the big reason is, don't we? But it says here, with no fans, it's a different feel. I could see that having some effect. But if you're a fan, you're not going to care, right? The NHL playoffs are on right now, and doesn't really matter. There's no fans. At least, it's not bothering me that much anyway. But let's say weird daytime scheduling coupled with odd setup create an unmistakably different vibe for the games. So there's something. But here I think we have the main culprit here. The other commonly cited issue that is cited is that sports and politics have become too intertwined for their liking. Well, you think so? You think so. Anyway, it goes on. On one side, President Donald Trump is condemning athletes for kneeling during the national anthem. On the other, the NBA is wearing social justice messages on the backs of their jerseys. I can really see how a lot of fans would not be motivated to watch the games with this going on. It says sports, which was once escapism from real-world noise, has become just another political battleground. And here's LeBron. LeBron responded to President Trump saying NBA players kneeling during the anthem is disgraceful. He said, "I really don't think the basketball community are sad about losing his viewership." He should really just not be talking about politics at all. In fact, if he were a Trump supporter, he shouldn't be talking about it. Just leave it. Leave that for real life. There's nobody really on. I mean, I don't know. Does the left want to see? Are they really into this? I don't know. I mean, do they want to politicize everything? I guess they kind of do, don't they? Yeah, I think they actually do. But pretty much everybody else is like, no, that's not really the place for politics. Leave it alone. And that's all they have to do. And they got a great thing going, you know? Why wreck a good thing? You know, it's not as if there's anybody who isn't, quote unquote, privileged playing in the NBA. And from what I can tell, there doesn't seem to be many people in sports, athletes in general, that seem to have a good grasp on any of the complex social issues that they're protesting about. Anyway, but there you have it. Ratings down. I think we know why. That's all I got to say about that. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe because the algorithm wants to hide this kind of content from you. It doesn't want you to see it, so you've got to subscribe if you want to see more. Liking and sharing also really helps me out, and I thank you for that. If you just want to listen, there's Radio Baloney, the podcast. It's on Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts and Spotify and Spreaker and CastBox and a million more. Radio Baloney, if you look for it, you will find it. Also on BitChute, Minds, and Parler. Parler is a great place to message me if you have an idea for a video and you'd like me to have a crack at it, which I will do if it's a good idea, right? So anyway, thanks a lot. I'll see you next time.